AP Biology, the AP class where you memorize the entire encyclopedia of life while collecting water samples from puddles and convincing yourself that your lab partner didn't just contaminate everything. AP Chemistry, the AP class where you spend 3 hours balancing equations and mixing colorful liquids, only to realize you accidentally created something that requires a hazmat team to clean up. AP Physics, the AP class where you spend an entire year calculating how objects fall, just to learn that your teacher has been lying to you by ignoring air resistance this whole time. AP Calculus AB, the AP class where you solve equations you'll never use in real life while your teacher insists that you'll definitely need this someday as tears slowly stream down your face. AP Calculus BC, the AP class where you get everything in Calculus AB plus a bunch of extra material crammed into the same amount of time because apparently you weren't stressed enough. AP Statistics, the AP class where you learn that there's a 95% confidence interval that you'll fall asleep during class, but a 100% probability that your teacher will call on you the moment you do. AP Computer Science A, the AP class where you write hundreds of lines of Java code only to get errors because you forgot a single semicolon. AP Computer Science Principles, the AP class where you convince yourself you're learning to code, but you're really just making PowerPoints about how computers work. AP English Language, the AP class where you write essays that analyze how the author's use of the word "the" represents humanity's existential dread, while your teacher nods approvingly. AP English Literature, the AP class where you read books from the 1800s and somehow connect the color of a curtain to the protagonist's deep psychological trauma. AP US History, the AP class where you memorize countless dates, treaties, and presidents while developing carpal tunnel from writing DBQ essays at lightning speed. AP World History, the AP class where you cram 10,000 years of human civilization into a single school year and are expected to remember which empire conquered which on your exam. AP European History, the AP class where you learn about a bunch of kings named Henry who kept marrying, beheading, or divorcing their wives while starting wars over seemingly minor disagreements. AP Psychology, the AP class where discussing your weird dreams and analyzing your family's behavior is considered academic progress. AP Economics, the AP class where you understand how supply and demand works in theory while still being broke in practice. AP Government, the AP class where you learn how a bill becomes a law but never quite understand why Congress can't get anything done. AP Environmental Science, the AP class where you become increasingly alarmed about climate change while your teacher tries to convince you that everything isn't completely doomed. AP Art History, the AP class where you memorize 250 artworks and are somehow expected to recognize the difference between Baroque and Rococo on a tiny multiple choice bubble sheet. AP Music Theory, the AP class where you listen to the same 4 chords over and over until you can identify them in your sleep, which is coincidentally when you'll be doing most of your studying. AP Spanish Language, the AP class where you spend years learning vocabulary just to freeze up when the recording starts speaking at what feels like 300 words per minute on the exam. AP French Language, the AP class where you learn to speak like a Parisian while your teacher judges your accent with the intensity of a master chef judge tasting undercooked chicken. AP Chinese Language, the AP class where you write thousands of characters until your hand cramps while your non-AP friends ask if you're drawing those cool symbols. AP Latin, the AP class where you translate dead people's thoughts about war, love, and politics while wondering if anyone actually speaks this language anymore. AP Research, the AP class where you create a 5,000-word paper on a topic you randomly chose in September and now deeply regret by April. AP Seminar, the AP class where you have group projects with people who don't do any work, but somehow it's considered college level because you use fancy academic terminology.